Hello. And we are back. Back with a boom, baby.
Back with a bang. How long has it been?
Oh, God.
4 weeks?
4 weeks, 3 weeks?
We like to be...
4 weeks, I think.
Inconsistent, as you can probably tell.
But it's actually called spontaneity.
We get bouts of like consistency. We've been really good since March, to be fair. Oh no, we haven't. No, we
well,
haven't.
we weren't good when
lying.
when you went away. When we went home, we were pretty consistent again.
Yeah, but that was
we missed 1 week because
I think there's a better way of doing the Zoom podcast because I've heard
Riverside.
Who?
Riverside is
What's
the
that?
app.
No, because I was listening to Sophie and Jamie's podcast, Nearly Weds, and I didn't even know they weren't in the same studio. That's how amazing the sound quality was.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's called
zooming.
Riverside.
I think they're zooming, and then her microphone's plugged in something, and they just take her audio and then put it. I don't really know how it works.
Well, anyway, we're not technical geniuses, so we just decided to save you all the shit quality.
If anybody wants to be our manager, hit us up.
Yeah, send your media profile to.
No, they don't need a media profile.
Yeah, I know.
It's us that needs
I'm
one.
trying to say they should.
Yeah.
So we. Did you hit the microphone?
No, I kicked the table.
Oh right. Yeah, so we decided to just save you all the shit quality, and I mean, guys, it's quality over quantity.
Yeah, we'd rather give quality podcasts. Sure, people take a break all the time.
Yeah, and like people, we don't do seasons, we just do episodes. So like, I'm just thinking, imagine I hit off that. I'm like holding the microphone fell off the table. I'm like holding this like. Sorry guys, imagine I hit the microphone off the table.
There's like a screw in for anybody that can't see. There's like a screw into the table, and he was like, imagine she kicked the screw in off the table,
and then the microphone fell off. But anyway, you have to be their moment, guys.
Yeah, it's not that funny.
Yeah, we'd rather give quality content quality content over quantity. Yeah, because the Instagram, I didn't even really want to post on like the Serotonin Instagram because I didn't want to just be putting shit content out there. When I was like,
that was good. You were posting a bit.
A little bit.
Did everybody see surprising my mom? It was the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
It was so
If you haven't seen the video, it's on our TikTok, which has like 150,000 views at the minute.
Yeah.
Or it's on the Serotonin socials, and the reel of me surprising.
So I was actually on FaceTime with my mom in that.
So I wasn't really finished speaking.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's on our reels on our socials, so please check it out. Any order you may continue.
Yeah, I was on FaceTime to my mom before Avian had called, and my mom was like, one sec, going at the door, and I really wanted her to bring me with her to see the reaction, but she probably would have dropped the phone anyway, so I'm happy she didn't. But I could just hear the commotion going on.
Could you hear it?
But yeah, I couldn't see it, so I was like, oh, and I was like, Mom, like shouting like, from my room in Bali to try get my mom back in like 5 minutes later.
Trying to steal the limelight back on you.
I was just trying to get to see her reaction, so I kind of got the two views. I got this side and then that side of the
It was actually such a cute moment. Oh my god. Like,
yeah, it was
I didn't tell anyone I was coming home except my friend that picked me up. And
shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Kira. You're the best. And then Orna got on the phone to my mom on FaceTime, so that would keep her in the back of the house, so if I rang the doorbell she wouldn't see.
And look out the window.
I don't
know moms do that. They like go to the window to see who's coming at the door.
Nosy mothers.
Yeah.
And then I rang the doorbell, and then my mom opened the door and was just completely shook.
Yeah, I actually was a bit worried about her.
No, I was worried about her because I thought she was going to faint, so I ran over to
apparently Kira was like, give your mom a hug.
Yeah, like I was like, I need to run up to her in case she faints, or
Jesus,
I don't know
she
what
literally went white. Like she went
because
white.
It didn't make logical sense to her. Like I had been posting on my Instagram stories as if I was still in Bali, like my coffee in the morning, and that was in Soma. Orna was on the phone to her telling her that she had just had coffee with me and that we were recording our podcast the next day.
Yeah.
So, and then I had been on the phone to her like the previous week that I was going to leave, saying that like I was going away this week. So like everything just made like logical sense that I was still here.
Yeah.
So then when she opened the door, she like probably thought it was like a fucking hologram or something.
Like you can't comprehend that the person.
Yeah, it doesn't make logical sense to your brain.
That I would love to be surprised, to be fair, but I don't know if there's ever going to be an option for me to be surprised. I when my boyfriend went away, I wasn't with him at the time, but he left Bali for like 4 months the start of this year, and I was like,
You hope you come back
holding
in
the vision. Like, there was a surprise party for me, like, and this other guy in January. And I was like, right, is he here?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He hadn't even went to his first destination. It was actually ridiculous.
But surprises are...
Yeah, they are. So
it was
cute.
such a beautiful moment. Like, I will literally
it's so sweet.
cherish that forever. And I can't ever really do it again because I'm not going to come... Well, I could, like... But I think the first time was always the sweetest.
I think you just should tell them next time, so then that gives them something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But it was so funny.
Thankfully, like, she didn't have any plans for, like, the whole time I was home. So we got
and anyway, she did have a bit. She's like, right, not going. I'm just going to cancel them.
Yeah, she had, like, some plans, like... You know, some things with her friends, and she was like, actually, I'm just going to cancel that with my friends. It's like when your friend gets a new boyfriend. But yeah, it was such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time at home. I enjoyed it so much. I really seen home in another light than I've seen it before.
That.
But we have a beauty in the mundane section last, so I'll talk about it. My time at home more in that section, because I really did find so much beauty in the mundane things that I didn't enjoy
we've
before.
said, like, you can probably, if you've listened to, like, the start of our podcasts, we kind of had, like, a bit of I hate Ireland mentality, and because I think that was heightened because we left during COVID and stuff like that, but now we've both returned recent enough. You know, I went in September, Olivia went just now, and it's kind of changed the whole
perspective we have. Still, like, our big body advocates and still advocates for moving out your hometown and stuff. 100%. But you do appreciate your hometown and see it, them and your family, like, see your hometown, your family, your friends in a way different light when you've been away for so long.
Yeah, and we are moving back, so.
That's definitely a lie. We are not moving back to Ireland, okay? Okay, don't even put that out in the universe. Anyway.
I'm joking.
Love you, man, but we'll see you. And Dad, we'll see you, like, at intervals during the year. But anyway, so we will get into our first segment, which is diving deep. Cue the scuba. We decided to do something a little bit more lighthearted today because
neither of us can think.
We were really in a deep mood right now. We just kind of, we just wanted to do something a bit more light. So it was, it's annoying, yeah. We just want to say, do you prefer acrylics or jet? No, I'm joking. You're going to say, would you rather...
I'm walking on the treadmill.
Outdoor, definitely. Home made me appreciate
but
walking.
not here.
But would you rather 10 million euros just gifted to you, or...
This is going to sound like we're joking still, but we're not.
This is the serious one. Would you rather 10 million euros, or whatever currency you're in, gifted to you... 10 million rupiah. That's like what?
That's still a grand for some people.
It's a grand, is it?
That's still a lot.
No, what is it? 600. That's 600 euros. Would you rather 10 million euros
or dollars
or US dollars gifted to you, or never be able to travel again?
Never be able to travel outside your own country.
Outside your own country. So that was like kind of gives us the perspective of, would you rather... What do you class as freedom? Like financial freedom or location freedom?
I mean, you can have both. It's definitely possible to have both in your life.
Oh, yeah, but in this question, no.
We're limiting it.
You
can't have both.
So would you rather 10 million euro or never be able to travel outside your own country ever again?
Personally, myself, I'd rather 10 mil. No, I'd rather... location freedom, and then
Same.
Because there's no rules that I can't make that 10 mil or can't make 1 mil, you know what I mean? Or like 900k, whatever the feck, you know. But you could go to a country, let's say you could go to Bali, or you could go to Spain and meet some business partner there, and then you end up making a load of money, you know what I mean? Whereas like, I don't really know, to be honest.
You're kind of hacking the system there with your answer. I would rather location freedom as well, because I think wealth to me is defined by being free, like, and location freedom. So like, I would rather just have like enough money in my bank account to like travel the world.
And COVID has shown that as well. Like some countries, Mexico, let's say in the height of COVID, didn't have any restrictions, so like a lot of people were going there. Whereas like the rest of the world did, and if you could just get up and go to Mexico, you'd be fucking grand. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I would rather just like exactly, like being wealthy to me is not the amount in my bank account. Obviously it helps, but it's like being able to travel freely, like go experience new experiences, like go to the beach whenever you want to go to the beach, go eat whatever food you want to eat, go to coffee shops, because that's what makes you
feel wealthy.
Yeah, wealthy in knowledge, wealthy in experience, wealthy in open-mindedness, wealthy and networking connection with people. Whereas if you just had 10 million in your bank account, like
you
you
could
could
still
spend
have a
it
deadly
Yeah, you
time,
could,
like.
and you could like, you know, like
If you lived in a big ass country.
yeah, like in Ireland, you'd be able to go Wexford, like Tramore, you know,
Travolgan.
stay in like the Farnham estate because you have so much money. But
Everybody asked for that.
yeah, like, but I just don't think I'd be like, I wouldn't feel wealthy, you know, 10 million. But I feel like once you've kind of done the whole Atlantic way, like you'd be like, okay, what next, you know?
Yeah, not that this is really ever going to be an ultimatum that you have to go through.
Yeah.
Well, could be.
But yeah, but some people might rather 10 million and just buy designer and treat their family, or like pay off someone's debt, and they'd sacrifice you know, their ability to travel to pay off a debt or something for their family. That'd be a really nice one. But for us personally,
because we're selfish, we'd rather not.
We'd rather not. So ask yourself that question. You know, it doesn't have to be that as deep as we just made it out to be, but yeah, that's what
it's not even that deep. We're just like, right, what funny question can we ask? Well, it's not funny, but you know,
hilarious. That is
it's a gas one though.
But yeah, we'd rather location freedom.
Yeah, we would. But you can definitely have both. And I was watching
yeah, we definitely will have both.
Iman Gadzhi's like 4-part series.
I miss all that.
Location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom. So basically the goal is to have all them 3 things in your career. So be able to work remotely, have financial freedom from what you do, and then time freedom where you're not like getting paid by the hour. So you're not like giving your time away for money.
€10.70.
Yeah, you're not trading your time for money. So you're like, you could be like, just have a retainer.
You just get passively money, like you just make money while you're lying on the beach. Exactly. It's coming into your bank account. Because that's like the goal, location freedom on the beach. Time freedom because you're just getting paid while you're on the beach. And then what was the other one? Working remotely.
Location, financial, and time.
Oh yes, and then financial freedom. You're getting paid to be on the beach. That's
and you can be on the beach.
Financial freedom.
That is financial freedom. If that makes sense, guys.
But anyway,
go check him out. Iman Gadzhi. Shout out to
Iman Gadzhi.
And this video is kindly sponsored.
Thank you, Iman Gadzhi, for sponsoring this podcast. I wonder if we'll get censored for that, because weren't all his videos deleted?
I don't. Yeah, but no, we wouldn't. They're not going to like go through.
Iman Gadzhi. I actually don't know.
No, he actually is really
I need to look
knowledgeable. Like, if you want to kind of break into the remote world, definitely check out YouTube.
Okay, thanks for that, Warner. I will check it out actually after this podcast. But anyways, so we will head on to our next segment. Sorry. Anyway, we will head into our next segment. God, jet lag, guys, killing me. Anyways, we will head into our next segment,
which is
Stuck in the Mood. And I have the question on my phone today. So, for this week's Stuck in the Mud, someone said, I have fallen for my boss in work, which is soon to become my business partner. I get the vibe that he feels the same, but I don't know if I should act on it and risk my career if it doesn't work out. Or should I resist the urge and keep it strictly professional? I continue to compare everyone I date to him, and I keep thinking, what if? So what should I do?
Yeah.
This is very stuck in the mud.
That is.
Yeah.
Well, like, I think Alex Hormozy, this like real successful guy in business, works with his wife.
So not Iman Gadzhi.
They were already together, I don't know, but they have they're in business together. You know that gym where brand navigation.
Yeah. And
I don't know the history there, if that they were already together or they were just business partners. So I guess it's quite pointless what I'm saying, but I know that they were.
Yeah, they're in business together. So
so it definitely can work, you know.
Yeah,
1,000,000%. I feel like it could maybe cause more problems because there's tension there.
Yeah.
And like you don't say anything about
some
it.
Sexual tension.
Yeah.
Distracting.
If you don't say anything about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like one of you end up getting hurt if like you never act on it or you never even speak about it, and then the other person gets with someone else, and then you're like, and then you start being a bitch or he starts being rude. You know what I mean?
A valid point. I used to always think, I still do think about it. Like when you get into like a relationship or get involved with someone romantically, it's either going to end in them being the love of your life and marriage and like, you know, long term, or a heartbreak, or not even a heartbreak, an ego break. Like if it's not that deep, like you're still going to have your ego hurt.
So you think that about your relationship now?
No. Well, my relationship now, I'm going to marry.
Sometimes you can freak yourself out by thinking like that, though. I'm like, where is this going? I'm like, why am I even thinking that? I'm 22.
But,
you know,
it's either going to end in either two ways. But like you also should think, okay, what if it works out? You know, rather than sometimes like thinking, okay, what if it doesn't?
Mel Robbins.
Does she?
I
What
don't
if
know.
it actually works out?
Yeah, what if?
So, like, yeah, like you said, I believe that people can go into business together, couples, if they just have some boundaries, like, you know.
Yeah. And your man Tom Belu, you know, Impact Theory, and his wife Lisa were in the Quest bar, the Quest business together. I think
Like the
they
protein
do
bar?
business together. Yeah,
Quest Protein.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They still do business together, but they said like they keep the business talk for a certain time and keep the relationship talk for the bedroom.
No, literally, like,
Yeah.
so, I mean, if you have a vibe that he's reciprocating those feelings and you do really like him and you think he likes you, then why not give it a go? And, like, yeah, like, set your boundaries in business and, like, business and relationship.
And you find if it's eating into your relationship where you're constantly talking about your project that you're doing together, like, where it's kind of taking the whole of the relationship. And I think that's what people can get scared of sometimes. But I definitely think it's possible. Like, who said it's not possible? Like, there's no rule book of life.
Yeah.
You would be quite anxious about it. But I'm like, when you really
And if
break
you're both,
it down,
if you're
why?
both very self-aware that,
Yeah.
like, you know what you both like and stuff, then why would it be,
an issue.
you know, an issue?
Like, if me and my boyfriend came up with a really smart idea, I'd be like, right, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And then, you know, I don't know. No, I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, like I just say have that conversation, and because right now it's just hearsay. It's just
Yeah.
like you feel like the vibes are there, but like have the conversation.
Yeah,
If
or
it's-
like
if
try
it's-
test the waters and see if like
if it's not
he is into
testable, then at least you tried.
you. Yeah, and I mean, if you're both mature beings, and say if you like him and he turns out he doesn't like you, and you're not like. You're okay, like, at least I tried, and, like, you're
Yeah.
not butthurt about it, being like, oh, you know, and like Orna said, it might be more difficult for you to work with someone who you love and you see them with another girl,
another person.
like, that would be hard, so, you know, a good, strong relationship can build a good, strong business, I think, you know,
I think so too.
so, yeah, I would say give it a go,
I think so.
yeah, and say what if it works out, rather than what if it doesn't.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm just like, yeah, I think so.
Parrot on my shoulder.
Yeah, I know. I just said, who says?
What did she say at the
Who
end?
the fuck not?
Oh yeah, because she said when
Who the
she's
fuck not?
dating, she compares everyone to him.
Yeah, well then there's your answer.
Yeah, so if like you're continuously thinking about him and you can't get him off your mind,
Go for it.
then go for it. You know, because then the distraction of that will distract you from your business anyway.
Yeah, so you might as well just go heads
Yeah.
on. And like you're in
Head
your
in.
partnership, like, which is nice. I
Yeah.
do like you're in companionship, partnership,
Mhm.
just everything shit.
Yeah, just set boundaries and be self-aware if you're like bringing it in or bringing it into the relationship, like
speaking about your business too much when you shouldn't be,
Yeah.
or not doing business enough,
or like he's made a decision that you don't like and you're resenting him in
Of
the
course,
relationship
yeah.
aspect.
Don't they say never work with family? But like, come on.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
just
Work together
it's a
now.
23rd.
We will soon.
Sorry, what's wrong with me? I can't speak today. It's the 21st century, guys. I was like, it's the 23rd century. God,
Yeah, yeah.
won't be alive for that.
Yeah.
We might change up the podcast setting for 2023.
We're gonna
guys.
paint the wall.
every time. We do like the studio. We just might make the
It's a
lighting
bit bright
different.
or something.
Yeah, it's very bright. Jeez.
Yeah.
But anyway, so give it a go, girl. Shoot your shot. We always say that. Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. Boom.
Boom,
Boom,
boom.
boom. Tell us how you going.
Okay, yeah. Fill us in. Okay, and we will get into our
There's
next
another, yeah. It seems like it's a bit of a
work-related situation.
work-related situation this week, guys.
Theme of the week, guys: work, love, relationships, dilemmas. So we will get into our next segment, which is red flag repellent. Shh, 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 shh. I feel like I'm way past that stage in my life now. Red flags, thank God.
Yes,
It was one time. It was all I was consumed by, and now I.
You remember you used to just, that's all you even
Now
stuff.
I'm
It was
a
red flag,
distant-
red flag, red flag. You used to
Now
put
it's
on
a distant
story,
memory, and I
red
literally
flag. Ew, did you see that
couldn't
video
think of
you
anything
sent me
opposite.
yesterday?
Oh,
I actually was like, no.
I sent Orna a 1 year ago Snapchat memory. And it was me at a party, and like
It was,
it was not me.
It was not even.
it was me in the physical, but it was not me.
I was like,
there. I wasn't
I
there.
remember her being like that. I was just like, no, sorry.
But
That is not.
that's so another life for me, and I'm so glad that 2023 is around the corner. I can start my year off strong
fit and healthy.
and sober.
Same. Well, not that she was ever like
Yeah, I mean, last year was
a
just
drug abuser, alcohol
last
abuser,
year
but-
was just my year of, or 2021, end of 2021 to mostly just end of 2021 was my wild year.
Yeah, I
But I
agree.
started this year off drunk, so
I
I'm
started
excited
to
to start off sober.
I rang in the new year hungover,
ugh, yeah.
and it was. I just remember feeling like, ugh.
And it was January coming.
But I don't
January
think
blues.
my birthday's in January, but whatever.
Yay! I'm excited for that.
Really? Sorry, should I be excited for it?
I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm
Sorry.
26
Having a
next
birthday
year
is a
as well.
privilege. Getting a year older is a privilege.
Yeah,
like,
because
it
you're
really
another
is.
year on this earth and we take it for granted. Beauty
23
and
is
the
so
mundaneness.
old, guys.
23 is so old. I'm only 26.
I'm joking.
Oh.
It's not.
Anyway, so Orna, read out your red flag repellent.
Okay.
It's not Orna's personally. It was just sent to Orna.
This is me. Okay. I travel a lot for work as we have offices internationally. When I was across seas, I met this guy and we hit it off. We went on free dinner dates.
Free dinner dates. Paid for the company on the company's credit card. Swipe, 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 swipey, swipe.
That must be a spell problem. What's it called?
A typo.
We can't speak today.
Guys, just before you send your questions in, please spell check.
Please download Grammarly
And spell check. No, I'm
Spell check
joking.
them. Maybe we went on lots of dinner dates while I was on a work trip, and I've really fallen for him. He's recently been over to our offices visiting for work, and we've met again, going on dates, spending quality time together. When he got home, his replies were a bit slow.
So obviously, when he got home, probably back to
his own country.
his own country, yeah.
Yeah. We're a bit slow. Something didn't feel right, so I decided to do some digging on his socials. Turns out he had a fiancé who he recently bought a house with. Fuck.
Oh, fuck. So not even is he, like, engaged? Like, they have a, like, commitment together?
I'd be fuming.
Okay.
What do I do? I'm really torn as I feel so betrayed. Should I tell his soon-to-be fiancé and save her from this liar, or... she was out. Yeah, or
fucking
should
liar.
I block and forget?
Okay, so let's just reevaluate. Debrief. Break it down.
Okay, so free dinners on the company.
So she's met this guy, and they obviously, he's from a different country and she's in a different country, so they're international,
Yeah,
long distance lovers, and they're getting free dinners on the company. And they've gone on a few dates.
No, they went on dinner dates.
And he's come over.
She was in his country, obviously for work. They hit it off.
And then he's come over to her country and they've gone on dates. So
More
obviously, I don't know what they've talked about, like making this work.
They've obviously got a bit of a...
But they're obviously spending a lot of time together and she's
Yeah.
fallen for him.
romantic connection.
So then he's gone back to his own country. And
They're obviously each other's type on paper.
Yeah.
He's
He's
my
gone
type
back to his own country, and she said that his texts were a bit
His replies were slow.
So that
So
probably
that rang a
sparked...
bell.
That probably, like, sparked a
Either
flag.
she's like a major anxious attachment style and was completely triggered. So did some digging.
Did some digging and was like, her intuition was telling her, girl, something's not right here.
Yeah. Let me just...
And then she went
FBI.
and FBI'd the shit out of his Facebook, probably.
Facebook.
Because people forget about their
Instagram,
Facebook
probably.
and leave shit up. Instagram,
Do people have Facebook? I have a Facebook.
Yeah, I have
Do you have
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah, but I don't have the app downloaded. Like, it's just there from 2009. when
I
got
actually
it.
tried to search my boyfriend on Facebook before he even knew I existed.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't find him.
See, is where it's at.
I found
Because
him on Twitter. I found him
Instagram-
on Twitter. That's how deep I went looking, guys.
But anyway, she obviously found some sort of social media.
Yeah.
Maybe the social media of his girlfriend, because I feel like if a boy is going to be two-time
But,
girl, he's not
like,
going to actively post
He obviously,
his
maybe she went
achievements.
into, what I do is I go into his tagged photos.
Yeah, I do that, or I would do that as well. Anyway, and then she found that he's
So boys delete your tag photos.
engaged, and has just
Just recently bought a house.
house.
So maybe she had the standard picture like outside the house, like,
Yeah, or the keys, or like our new home, or
Yeah.
first home. Anyway,
oh god, you'd be sick. I'd be vomiting, like.
you'd be sick.
Well, like, I'd just be like,
you'd be just like, can you imagine like the sinking feeling that you'd feel when you see that like a guy that you think that you can have a future with is basically
Thank God
already set up a future with
but
someone
like, I
else.
think you'd be more infuriated. It's not like it's, I don't know, she doesn't say how many months it is in, but it's not like it's a year in where this has happened, because I've heard stories where that's
you just feel
happened.
so many emotions. You would like anger, betrayment, upset, disappointment,
Betrayal.
betrayal. Grammarly, guys, yeah, Grammarly.
As you can see, we don't use it.
Yes, you just feel so
betrayal.
many emotions. Anyway, the whole question was, should
What
she
should
act
I
on it
do?
and like stop the girl from? like, this girl's gonna be married, then she's gonna have kids with this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
and
really
tell her.
torn as I feel betrayed. Should I tell his soon-to-be fiancé and save her from this liar? Yes, you should. Or should I block him and forget? Oh, I get to know, like, because you're not that deep into it. Do you really want to get yourself
deep into it?
And,
like,
you know, I mean,
and the guy's in a different country, so you thought you're ever going to bump into him again, like, so you don't have to see him. Well, they'll probably see him if he's crossing international borders to come and work, you know. But
I'd love to know, though, if I was the girl, like,
yeah, because this girl's like already bought a house with him, and then they're probably going to, like, next stage is marriage, because obviously they're engaged, and then next stage is probably kids, and, like, if he's like,
unless he's already cheated before.
But that's what I'm saying. If he's doing it with you, he's probably going to either done it before or going to do it with someone else again. So, like,
why? Like, this is what I don't understand. Nobody's holding a gun to your head, or maybe they are, but hopefully not.
Yeah.
Nobody's holding a gun to your head to be in a relationship, or maybe, I know it's not as easy sometimes to leave relationships if it's, like, abusive or, God forbid, that deep, but, like, just leave. You know what I mean?
We're speaking about the guy in the situation. Like, he shouldn't be with the girl if he is not happy with her. But obviously, like, for people, it's a comfort thing that they have something to go back to.
That's, like, home for them, almost. But the poor girl's getting absolutely ripped.
Yeah, and she doesn't even know.
Well, maybe she does.
Or maybe she doesn't. She's just
previous.
But I don't know if I'd tell her or not. Like,
I think I'd say, well, I hope
she's going to get that Instagram message.
Brought girl, up to him. Oh.
Hey, girl. Just thought I'd tell you, or I would like to know if I was you.
I would bring
the dreaded message,
and he'll probably block you.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, good thing you know where he works if you ever need to find his details.
Like, maybe, like, message him and be like, I just found out, like, that you're basically.
I just be like, hey, babe, I want to send flowers to your new home address with your fiancé.
Yeah, I want to send you a
So, can you tell me the address, please?
Yeah, I don't know, like, would you get involved or not? Personally,
no,
I would just block.
But you'd want to, though. You'd want to because you're, like, so infuriated.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think to protect my own peace, I would just block and forget because, like, he's either done it before and will continue to do it, and, like, it's not like this girl's your friend,
and especially the way you work in the same.
Yeah, and
I mean, there's going to be tension there regardless.
Yeah, and it's going to be work goss then, and, like.
But maybe if you didn't say anything to him and you just blocked him straight away, and, like, he's then flying over to your office on a work
But maybe
trip.
I would just tell him that, you know, because then he kind of shit himself, and maybe it'll give him a wake up call.
Yeah, well,
to stop
probably not
with the girl. I know, but you'd hope it would. And, like, then
I just like, can you just stop, because you have a wife or a fiance and you have a house with her. So out of respect for her, out of respect for, like, I would keep my own peace. I'm not going to tell her. But, like, I swear if I catch you doing it again, I'm going to chop your balls off and castrate you. That is the same thing. But anyway, I would just be like, you're lucky. I'd be like, I'm going to tell her if I hear of you doing anything like this again, because she deserves to know. Like, I'd proper guilt trip him and hopefully give him a wake up call, you know? Yeah. I'd be like, I seen the picture that your girlfriend put up. I zoomed in. I know your address. I'm going to send death
seen those houses before.
To your house.
No, literally.
If you do it again.
I don't know, like, you listening, what would you do? Well, personally, I would just block,
I just don't think I'd get involved, especially because you're not that deep in. And you just, what does Dad always say? Never get involved in between affairs of the heart.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Is it affairs of the heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't bother. So, now, it would be a different story if it was a year in.
Yeah, or, like, if you've had, like, if you've only been in a few dates, like, yeah, I would just not get involved. But, like, that poor fiancé, like, you know, I would just send her love and light, ask the universe to help her out. Yeah. And, like, you know, that's her own journey and that's his own journey that they have to obviously learn.
And you know what? If you don't tell her and he continues on, it'll come back to him eventually.
Yeah, it'll come back to him eventually. And, like, that poor girl, but hopefully she'll have a beautiful realisation out of it as well, you know?
And I'm sure she's, unless he's that good at hiding it, she probably has an inkling, like, you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe
just like you had, just like she, like, just like this girl had an inkling that he was, something else was going on.
Yeah, like, if she knows that that's going on and she chooses to stay with him, or maybe not the extremes of it, but that's her own problem then.
I hate that. I hate hearing that because it's just like you feel the
helpless. You hear it a lot as well. It's, like, not uncommon at all. I hear it a lot.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope you will make the right decision whatever you need. But that's
buy
just
a castrator.
Yeah. Chop his balls off. But that's just
our own machine.
That's our advice that you did ask for, so we're giving it. Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, God.
love and light,
Love
guys.
and light, guys.
Namaste. Okay, anyway, I'm actually like a bit cold. Can you see the goosebumps on my
Oh, your
face?
lock screen's cute.
Oh yeah, I know. Let's see yours.
I have infinite.
My lock screen is
I
a
have
picture
limitless
of,
potentials. My lock screen. I actually need to change that because
and my lock screen is a picture of my
I
boyfriend.
look past it now.
Because I was away for 3 weeks, I missed him, so I made it my lock screen. Usually it's my lock screen anyway. But anyways, we will get on to our last segment, which is beauty in the
I think this
mundane.
podcast is a bit short, but it's nice.
I like short podcasts.
So do I.
sometimes,
I do.
So I'd rather make it snappy.
Yeah,
That was
snap,
really
snap.
gross. Quick and to the point, than like us just rambling on about
Maybe we should just have for the next
gels or acrylics.
for the next section, like when we're going into the next, we go.
If anyone's watching a new series on Netflix Wednesday, you'll know what the
I went
double-
to watch it
the
yesterday.
double click means. And I also watched a good movie called Silent Night. It's like kind of a Christmas vibe, bit conspiracy, and like I liked it. Like I watched it on the plane. I watched a full 8 episodes of Wednesday, the Netflix series. It gives me Umbrella Academy vibes. If you've
I
seen
love
that.
Umbrella Academy. Apparently the new season.
And
that's coming
then yeah, I've been
out.
watching.
Can't wait for Emily in Paris season.
And
3,
then
21st
I've
December.
I've watched Silent Night. That's a good Christmas movie. Like, it's not so wholesome Christmas vibes at all, but it's good. And then me and my mom started from scratch together. That was good. We were like, watch 2 or 3
Oh yeah,
episodes.
she was telling me about that. She said
It was
similar
like
to Emily
Emily in Paris vibes, but Italian.
I went to go see The Menu
Oh yeah.
in cinema. I was actually shocked that they have it here because usually movies that are out in the rest of the world aren't here.
Mm.
So I checked and they had it, and it was just. Do you know what? People say "Don't Worry, Darling" was more, a bit like of a head fuck. This was a head fuck. We were
Was
like,
it?
"What is going on?"
Oh,
it was
Wakanda.
good.
I've seen Wakanda Forever.
Like,
That was
it
good.
was honestly messed up.
Was
like I was
it?
like, who even writes these things? Like, how do you even think about that?
Well, that's a bit like
Does it
Silent
go
Night.
on?
Silent Night was a bit like chaotic.
Yeah, but basically, I'm not going to
Family
tell you what happens,
dysfunctions.
but like, they go to this famous chef guy, like a Michelin star, let's say, and he has like a however many course menu, 5-course menu or something like that. But each of the courses is like incorporated into the life of the other people in the attendance of the restaurant.
Okay.
It's very smart. It's like a dark comedy,
okay.
you know.
Hopefully it's on the TV. I have one of those fire sticks, if anyone knows about them. I don't know if
Really
that's...
good.
Yeah, and hopefully it's on that. We can watch it.
You should watch it because
Yeah.
I love watching movies in cinema. Though
Yeah, cinema is just a whole experience, like the popcorn,
I do want to go again.
the sound, surround sound, the jellies.
Me and my boyfriend were like, "Why don't we do this more often?"
Yeah, we love it. And the cinemas here, guys, are really good. They have like, recliner that you don't pay about €50 for a seat. Like, it's
Yeah.
€6 for a recliner. And you get blankets. And
Yeah,
the hosts there, like the waitresses come and take your orders. And you can like order like nasi, like rice, chicken. Or you can order popcorn, milkshakes, hot dogs, chips. And they take your order.
Yeah.
And then they come with the card machine and you pay for it at the end.
That's handy.
And like you can order drinks now. It's great.
We went there once. Yeah, me and we went together.
But anyway, Beauty in the Mundane.
That was my Beauty in the Mundane. That menu movie.
The menu movie. Beauty in the Mundane is, well, we have it explained on our Instagram, but it's just basically where we pick something very regular in our very mundane week and describe why we enjoyed it so much. So it just makes us be extra present in that moment.
I completely forgot to do this, guys.
You don't have to do it. You're meant to
No,
just
I know.
like...
I know.
Well, I think I had beauty in the mundane of being home.
Oh yeah, I was living my Beauty in the Mundane through Aileen.
Yeah, just from being home, like things like I said that like
Mine
I
was
really
mom bashing her head off the
things. I need to make a TikTok of that. Things that I just took for granted, like when I lived at home and I got to do them again after a year and a half of not doing them, was just so amazing. Like, okay, this is very first world, but 0-calorie drinks or like sugar-free drinks, like, you know, sugar-free 7-Up.
Ordering stuff online. That come
Yeah,
real
ordering
quick.
stuff online that came quickly.
And not having to pay
Doing a big
import
grocery
tax.
shop and being able to get like light and free yogurt.
Bagels.
Yeah, cinnamon bagels. And just being able to like, do like grocery
Pippin' Nut peanut
shopping.
butter.
Walking.
Pippin' Nut peanut butter.
No, not really. Walking in on like in a park that has like nature, like
And not getting run over.
yeah, like really grounding, being surrounded by nature. Like the leaves were all like autumnal, so it was like orange vibes. Wrapping up in like coats and hats and scarves, and like seeing the Christmas lights in town, putting up our Christmas decorations, like all the lights outside the houses.
That looked lovely, actually.
Going for coffee every day with my mum, and just like in Coffee Works and having like shared a croissant or a protein ball.
Or did you have them granola things with the peanut
No,
butter
we didn't
inside
get that
them?
actually.
Yeah, you did. I seen it.
No,
one
I
of
swear we
those.
didn't.
Mom got it.
I swear, I wanted to get it, and
Why didn't you?
we did.
Mom defo
Oh
got
yeah,
one
that
of
was
those.
actually unreal.
See?
So good. Sorry.
Great memory.
But yeah, just like things that you're probably like, if you're listening to the podcast right now and you're going to do something today, like, and it's a really boring thing, but when you move country and you can't do it, you really appreciate that boring thing, like driving to the gym, going to Dunleary for a walk, being in Dundrum, Liffey Valley, like that was all just like moments that I really just could do. Was so enjoyable to do. But the main thing was just walking. Like, walking is just so grounding, and like especially when you're walking in the park or walking to go get a coffee, like I just loved it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I do know one of mine.
What?
So there's this cafe called Revolve in Bali. It's kind of be irrelevant to any of you guys. That
Yeah,
don't live
but I
here.
mean, it's a very big one that
It's
people
so simple.
Like,
This is something
when
my
they're
boyfriend
here.
was saying. We were like, we can literally just do nothing and still be appreciative and happy and not feel like we have to be somewhere else. Like on Saturday or on Sunday we went, and you can kind of put your feet up on these little poof things, and you're outside and you watch all the traffic go by.
Yeah, so basically it's like Revolver Cafes on the corner of a really, really busy street that goes onto the shortcut in Bali. And yeah, so
It's just, yeah, we were literally just having
People
coffee. People watching. And I feel like it's so good because your brain is stimulated 24/7. Like, you're just like, you don't even think of anything else. You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
sitting on like in a cafe on Grafton Street
People
on a
watching's
Saturday.
always great, yeah.
Yeah, because you kind of like, you see like loads
You're
of
like, oh
different
my God,
types of
everybody
people.
else has a life. I'm not the only person on earth.
That was like, okay, I actually had one of those moments when I was in the airport.
The sister thing. It was like, sometimes I forget that my siblings are people and they actually have a life and live. They're not my side. They're not like my Robin or
slaves.
something. Yeah.
I actually had that moment when I was like in the airport in Dubai after I just landed at my first flight, and there were so many people there, and I was like, these people are all going like
going
all
somewhere
over the
cool.
world and like going back to their jobs, going on holidays. Like all these people have a life while we're living ours.
I feel like the airport's a really special place, actually. Like, it's
Yeah.
like you're almost in like a bubble of like time travel.
Yeah, no, I swear.
Literally.
Yeah, that's actually a really like good point.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like some people are excited to be going home, or some people are
people are
excited to go on holidays. Some people are going home for funerals. Some people are for
Weddings.
business trips. Some people don't want to be there. Some people miss their family. Like there's so many different types of like personalities,
So
different
you need to
scenarios.
make sure you ground yourself with the crystals.
Yeah, make sure you zip up your energy. As our mom always says, zip up your energy so that when you're in those chaotic places, that
You
energy
don't pick
can't
up
get
on
in.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's mad though. I think it's really interesting to observe everything.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. That's more if I could dive in deep than I dive in deep.
Yeah, but it is actually, yeah, just to like realize that the world doesn't revolve around me and everyone has life outside of
That
my...
the world does not revolve around me, and
There is a movie,
God Almighty.
no, it's
Charlie
about,
and Chocolate Factory.
no, it's about, is it one of those movies and it, oh fuck. It's
What
a movie,
is
it's like, I think it's Jim Carrey, and he's like
That even go
a main
on?
character in the movie, and it's like his whole world, they're all actors around him, and they're just
Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Oh, it's so weird. I watched that for the first time last year. I didn't even finish it, but I was like, I sometimes feel like we're in the Truman Show.
Yeah,
I literally do.
it's like everybody in your life is put in just to interact with you.
just interact with you, and you're like being observed on a little camera.
Yeah, it's like a sim.
Like, I remember I used to think when I was younger, like, people were watching me, and I'd like do certain things because I think that someone's
I still
watching.
used to get that like last year when I
Yeah.
was like at my most insecure. It's like you think people are watching 24/7.
You see, like, walk in a certain way.
Yeah, or like you know, I'd be in Soma like punching the bag a certain way because I think someone's looking
Yeah,
at me
but
24/7.
you know, when you're in the gym, like, I don't give a shit about anyone else. I'm like, right, do I look alright?
Yeah.
Or like, you know.
Yeah, sometimes we have to ask ourselves that question. It's like, am I actually not someone else? No, well then no one's doing it to me. You know,
Exactly, and it's true. They're
I feel
not.
like a lot of people still do that or like that. It's like comes from like a massive insecurity.
Insecurity, yeah, I know. We're all victims to
We
it.
are not the Truman Show, guys. Okay, you are not the Truman Show. You're not in the Truman Show.
No.
You were just another speck on this earth.
You're just
living your life.
irrelevant.
That well, in a way, we kind of are. Like in our own heads, we're the most important person, and we're so selfish and only think of ourselves. And like,
Yeah, but then sometimes it's also comforting if you think you've, like, you know it's not a big problem, but you're stressing over something. You're like, right,
Yeah.
do you know what? This will all be over by May the 1st.
Yeah, and it has...
That's what me and my friend Kira Ryder used to say about the first lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
And it was still that was May 1st, 2020, and it was still happening a year later. We were like,
yeah.
right, guys, this will all be over by May the 1st.
Yeah. But, like, we're so selfish, but not in a way that, like, oh, yeah, we're just a bitch. It's like we're so selfish because all we ever think about is ourselves and how we interact with people and, like, you know what I mean? But everyone else is also so selfish, so... You know,
the world is just an awful, horrendous, selfish place.
No, I'm joking. The world is beautiful.
No, it's not.
And there are so many beautiful
things on your
things in the
perspective,
mundane.
I think. Yeah.
But
depends, like, when you're in a shit mood and it's raining outside, you'll see the world from, like, a real rainy, upset kind of day. But when you're, like, real happy, even if it's raining, you're, like... You see the driver
you're like, oh, at least I'm inside with my coffee or something.
You know, it's just
I always feel like that when because I'd be like, well, I'm getting better at it, but I always say this all the time, I think I'm getting better at it with the whole, like, body image thing. But, like, say if I could look in the mirror and I feel great, and then I go and eat a pizza that night and then look in the mirror the next day and my body has not put on weight in, like, 12 hours, but I'm like, I'm so fat now just because I've eaten that pizza and, like, putting that bad mindset on myself. And I'm like, oh my God,
you even said
so
it to me,
fat.
like, she weighed herself at, like, 11 at night after being on a flight. Like, I just don't know why you do that.
And I was like, oh my God,
I'm blah, blah, blah. And I was like, shut up. Like,
yeah, but, you know, it's all about how you, like, look out, like, what colour glasses you're looking at for, like, grey ones because you're not in a good mood and someone would say something to you that pushed you over the edge. And then you could be wearing your rose-coloured glasses and being in a great mood, and someone could say that same thing to you and you could be like, ha, laugh it off.
Or be wearing your rose-coloured glasses and be blinded by love and red flags. You don't see them when they're pink.
Exactly. So,
yeah,
guys, what colour glasses are you going to wear today?
I'm going to wear see-through.
Clear 2020 vision. Yeah, it probably is the best to see.
I'm going to have 2023 vision soon.
But yeah, so pick your beautiful moment in the week, tag us on Instagram or send it to us, or just put it in your head and just experience it in your head.
Like, I was actually noticing that. So we were watching sunset on Sunday and everyone was, like, up trying to get the best picture of the sunset, like trying so hard and, like, getting in each other's way. And I was like, you're not even, as in, it's fine to take a picture. I take a picture of stuff all the time. But, like, you could visibly see they weren't even appreciating
it's
it.
It's like when people go to concerts and they look at the whole concert through their phone.
All the phone.
Or, like, sometimes, like, I'd be at home and I'd be, like, loving the moment. I was like, I'm going to take a picture so I can cherish this. But then at the same time, I was like, I'm not even experiencing it properly.
It's grand to get
I'm taking
a picture, though, definitely.
I think the best thing to do is when you go somewhere is to experience it. Experience it and then go back and take a picture of it. Or... Even sometimes me and Mom would be, like, messing and stuff and she'd be like, get a video, and I'm like, Mom, I just want to, like, enjoy the moment and laugh with you before getting a video first. Like, send this to Orna. Oh, I'm gonna make a video, guys, on TikTok. So
we should make, like, what's it called? A compilation. What's it called?
Compilation
of, like, all the videos of Mom, the silly.
Oh yeah, our mom should be, like, have her own.
She needs her own, like,
TikToker. She's so funny. So I'm gonna make a video on TikTok of, like, my time home with my mom, and you can all laugh. And Orna has so many funny videos of dancing. Like, she needs her own.
She does
her own, like, channel.
TikTok.
She's so funny.
Like, one thing about me.
Oh, stop! But, like, she's hilarious. Shout out to you, Mom. We love you.
And Dad.
Dad's just a solid. He's always there. He's so good.
He always texts us every Friday. Seen the podcast. Love it. Great this week, girl.
So, Dad, if you've made it this far, which you definitely have, we love you. But anyway, I think we should finish up here because I feel like we really rambled, but not.
But, like, that's what podcast
not too far off.
Yeah,
like,
we have,
and it's been interesting.
We've said what we want to say.
Yeah, we said what we want to say.
We've said what we want to say.
We've said what we tried to say without
Grammarly.
We've tried to say without Grammarly what we want to say, and I think it's worked. I'm really adjusting back to the heat as well.
Yeah.
I've gone from, like, 2 to 6 degrees to, like, 32 to 36 degrees, and it's been wild. Today I almost passed out, I think, a solid 6 times working out because I've not worked out in 3 weeks, and now I'm back to, like, 92% humidity and
I haven't went to
30
the gym
degrees
today, guys. Do you know what? I got to the gym yesterday. The car park was too busy, so I left.
And sometimes that's okay because I seen a beautiful quote. Actually,
but I just listened to my body.
We'll finish on this quote because our friend,
that thing you sent me,
our friend
that whole thing out, right?
No, our friend Caroline put it up on her Instagram.
Oh yeah, it was lovely.
It was a really beautiful.
You reshared it, did you?
Oh, here it is. It's okay to rest. Nothing in nature blooms all year round, and that is so beautiful. Yeah, it's true. Anyway, so we're just going to go rest now after this podcast.
Yeah, I feel like I could be sick.
I'm going to go get a pedicure now.
Anyway.
I'm just going to get a pedicure. You're gonna go work.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you for listening to our first episode back after
4 weeks.
4 weeks, we're gonna say.
Yeah,
but it was remember, guys, quality over quantity.
Quality over
And
quantity.
we will see you next week for sure.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
we will. Have a beautiful weekend because we're releasing
Have
this
a
on
lovely Friday, a lovely whatever day you
weekend.
listen to
Guys,
this.
remember, zip up your energy. Get
Zip
your
up your energy when you're in the airport. See the airport as a bubble of time travel.
Ask yourself what you find beautiful in your mundane week.
And go into business with your work partner. And if someone has a fiancé is trying to speak to you,
Cut them
block
off.
and forget.
Block and forget. Block and forget.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Don't take the 10 mil.
Yeah, travel, guys. Okay, thank you for watching.
Thanks.
And we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, that's probably covering my face. Bye.